Social media spam bots, can they be stopped?
Hi, Brian. I hear you have a story about spam bots on social media platforms.
I do, Manish, and it's really about, whether or not these spam bots on social media platforms can be stopped. And the answer is no. So back to you, Manish.
That was quick. Done.
We obviously can't leave it there, right? This is actually based on a video, and here we are making a video about a video here, but it's a video that was posted on Wall Street Journal by Dalvin Brown that I found to be kind of interesting, where, he's really trying to address the general public and how they can think about these spam bots. And particularly, they seem to be, a kind of an established, but even perhaps a growing issue in social media in general. And, they may do a number of things. A lot of folks have probably seen these where the profile associated with an individual that's asking you to follow them or to be a part of your group or connect, if you will. They may say hello in direct messaging, for example, or also make comments on your pictures and things that you posted and things like that. So, but if you take a look at them a little bit, maybe they look a little suspicious, maybe their names look a little bit odd, or maybe they even appear to be somebody that that you're already a friend with or connected with, and so it maybe looks like a duplicate. And so these are the sort of fake activities, and they're repeating things, and so they get the benefit of, because they're automated in many cases, get the benefit of generating a lot of volume of activity. So the question is, what's the threat associated with this? Well, I think sort of first order, they might be, if you participate in this, you might be granting access to information that was intended only for your family or friends, and may put you on the sort of off guard. They may actually be trying to go out and promote misinformation. There's a lot of talk about political information, but there are other types of misinformation and that exist. And then if they can get followers, they can get others to repeat that information. And so that may be one of their objectives. Or you could be subjected to some creepy marketing. And Dalvin talks a little bit about that as well. And last but not least would be, you could be subjected to malicious links that could potentially compromise your computer and may result in credential theft or account fraud on things that you don't intend. So obviously you want to try to protect yourself against these. And, it's a challenging problem for social media companies, and we could debate whether or not they're sufficiently motivated to control the problem, but that's a whole different matter. So let's think a little bit more about what you can do to protect yourself. Now, Dalvin offered basically 4 things here, and I'll augment that just a little bit. And the first one is here: avoid social media. I have a little, he was kind of ha. That's not really a practical thing to do in today's day and age. We all have social media circles in one way or another. So perhaps better would be to make the account private. It limits the exposure. You could still get direct messaged by, in different account mediums, but it will knock down a good portion of it. And you know what, I'll add here that even if you do have your account private or have limited or, been mindful of bots, you kind of have to assume that you have bots that have managed to access your account. And so this is, it's not a separate protection measure, but it's one where perhaps you be mindful of the information that you expose through social media to, even if you do think you're only talking with friends and family, there might be cases where even, a legitimate account could have been hacked, for example. And they tend to, sort of target accounts with a lot of followers. So making the account private can help protect you against those things. Third is, don't engage with suspected bots. So look for suspicious signs. And, anytime, for example, I get a connection request, I'll actually go through the trouble to go into the profile and try to see how long they've been a member. what posts have they done? Have they actually been active, or are they not? How many followers do they have, and are they followers that you know? And use that sort of as a, it doesn't guarantee, friends, family, and colleagues can also be victims of bots, and so you want to be mindful of that. And then sort of check other references. That is, is it logical that they're connecting with you, or is this somebody that you just don't really know directly? And last but not least, you can always ask the person through another channel if they're trying to connect with you, to see if it's a legitimate account. Because if it does look like it's somebody that you know, they may want to know if there's somebody masquerading as them. And then the last but not least here would be to block and report. I don't know, perhaps it is the least. I kind of see this as potentially shoveling the ocean. You shovel the ocean, that water still spills in. You feel good about shoveling it. And, reporting cases like this, it's probably a good thing to do, but I don't know that it's going to create a significant deterrent. Unless perhaps there's really malicious activity going on, and they might be able to do some blocking associated with that. But, I'm interested in your thoughts. Do you have any others that you use?
I think I do a lot of the similar types of vetting that you're doing, right? Making sure I know the person that's, trying to, gain access to my profile and things like that. I don't do a lot of social media. So I think one of the issues that makes this a larger problem is that people are, in the society that we live in today, and trying to increase their visibility, right? They're willing to accept, anyone to follow them, right? Because the more followers they have, the more, I guess, visibility they have, and they become more popular, right? So it's almost trying to limit the amount of people you bring into your circle is kind of anti-social media almost, right? And I think that's probably why, I think, as we mentioned earlier, this is kind of almost impossible to stop something like this. And and as you were going through some of the ways like this can be exploited, like the first thing that came into my mind was, like I think, we have those stock market, they have like those pump and dump schemes, right? So you can get a bunch of bots talking about a certain penny stock, and it's about to explode, and if it goes up to 50 cents or $1, and then it's all fake. People didn't end up losing a ton of money, but the person that did it ended up making a ton of money.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. There are opportunities for pump and dump, and you don't really have to pump it all that much to be able to have, if you get enough followers.
You get the right profile to, have it on their feed. I think that's all that's going to take. Yeah.
And, I think you implied another facet of this that is probably worth noting, that it's not just about us, but, for many of us that have friends and family and children, young ones that are getting in social media, I think it's important to try to spread the word and coach others on good practices that, and in particular, the number of followers that you have, the number of connections you have does not define your worthiness as a person. And I think reinforcement of that is a pretty important thing as we continue on this social media endeavor that we're all on.